Hey Year 4, it's Miss Sosa here. In this video, we're going to be learning about rounding dollar amounts to the nearest 5 cents. So we've been working on recognising, ordering and comparing Australian notes and coins, as well as adding up whole dollar amounts. So you might have noticed that we do not have a 1 cent coin and be wondering how we pay cash for something that is 99 cents or $1.23. So because we don't have a 1 cent coin, we must round to the nearest 5 cents. If you have a look at the number line that I've got down the bottom, you can see that I've written $10.50 all the way to $10.60 for an example. Now let's have a go at making $10.50 using Australian notes and coins. So if you look at my top right hand corner, you can see I have got a couple of coins and a couple of notes there. So to make $10.50, I'm going to use the blue $10 note because that is the easiest way that I can start making my dollars. So I'm going to bring that down. Then if I look at my cents, I can see I'm going to need 50 cents. So I can see I've got a 5 cent, a 10 cent, a 20 cent. Oh, perfect. There is my 50 cent. So I'm going to bring that down there. So now I have exactly $10.50. Let's have a go at the next one, which is $10.51. So again, I'm going to drag down my $10 note because I know that's the easiest way that I can make the $10 in the $10.51, and then drag down my 50 cents. So then I've got my $10.50, but I need $10.51. And I am looking at my coins and I already know, and I'm just double checking, and there is no 1 cent coin. Because we don't have a 1 cent coin in Australia, we need to round to the nearest 5 cents. So when we do this, we need to look at our last digit in our hundredths column to see if we need to round up or down. So if we have a 1 or a 2, we round back to the 0. So that is, again, if we have a 1 or a 2 in our hundredths column, we round back to the 0. If we have a 3, 4 or 5, we round up to the 5. So the 3, 4 or 5 has to be in the hundredths column. If there is a 6 or a 7, we use the same rule. So a 6 or a 7 in the hundredths column, we round down to the 5. And then if there is an 8 or a 9 in the hundredths column, we round up to the 0. So for our $10.51, we have a 1 in the hundredths column, which means we need to round down to the 0 and get $10.50. Rounding with money is super important to know if you're ever going to go to the shops and make a purchase. So if I was going to buy a chocolate bar and it cost me $2.33, I would need to use my knowledge of rounding. So if we look back at our rounding number line, and then I'll also go and change my amount in our place value chart. So you can see now that we have a 3 in the hundredths column. So that means we need to round up to the nearest 5 cents. So I'm looking back down at our number line from before, and I'm looking at where I can see a 3, and then I can see it just there in the $10.53. And when it is a 3, that means we need to round up to the 5. So our total amount we would need to pay would be $2.35. If I was going to Zarrafas to get my coffee, it might cost me $6.72. So when I look at my hundredths column, I can see that there is a 2 in it. So I'm going to look at my number line again. I'm looking at my numbers from my first question, and I'm looking at the 2. So I know if there is a 2 in my hundredths column, I need to round back to the 0. So my total that I will pay with will be $6.70. So there are some examples of how you round money in Australia.